cat. Welcome or welcome back to Frequency Phoenix 555 for your message or massages. Recon is afoot. I've got intel. Come in. Come on. Grand Rising, big cat. As we kick our way into this glorious day provided to us by the Most High Father, God, Mother Isis, the planetary energies are. There's plenty of planetary negotiations afoot, darling dears. Yes, baby, it's afoot. Mercury in Libra is in a powerful opposition to Jupiter in Aries, darling dears. Opposition, it's there to what? Raise issues, to define them. Put your awareness on them, darling dears. Shedding light on issues surrounding your personal truth and where you're seeking justice. If you're holding back emotionally, look at things from every angle and take a stand. Even if you don't know what it will look like at the what? The back end, darling dear. The back end. That's nothing to do with you. We go forward. The energies are chilling in fixed signs today, darling dears. What's a fixed sign? It's the height of a season. Yes. It's where you prefer the known. A fixed sign is about what? Being persistent and stubborn and organized as you tackle what? Judases and Peters. Slowly, darling dear, just like chess. This chilling fixed energy is asking you to sit on your throne and own your royal power, darling dears. Your throne. It's definitely a day for others to make some moves on your behalf, darling dear. Financial matters and career opportunities can come back around in your favor. Solar energies encourage the settling of a karmic debt. The karmic debt of what? Bona Fide versus Bona Fakey, darling dears. Bona Fakey! Ha ha! Yes, baby. If you wasn't invited, don't go, big cat. Many things could go down. 2 pieces, backstabberies. Listen, we don't know. I said stabbery. I meant tabbers. Yes, tabbers. You will know them by the fruits of their labors, darling dears. What they're bearing. They will be silent, darling dear. They've got nothing to offer on the table, but yet they have a hustling ear to hear what's going on with you, to see if you fail, darling dear. That's all they wanted to check in for. And that is definitely a Bona Fakey. There's a Sanskrit proverb that says, the enemy of my enemy is my friend. And that's very true. But sometimes those lines get blurred, darling dears. Sometimes they're an enemy and they go back behind enemy lines after you've allowed them to infiltrate your cranium and inner circle. I know, babe, it can be confusing. But here, you get the usher, mate. We'll sort it out together. We're unpacking today, guys. We're unpacking. The tables have turned when you put God at the head of yours. Truths have been revealed, darling dears, enabling you to clear your path and move forward with what? A clear conscience, darling dear, and a light heart as you continue to what? Tiptoe into the unknown, where you will find your what? Your leprechaun gold. I told you, you're a leprechaun, big cat, and 2020 must be applied in every situation. They only check in to see if you failed or come back to what? Borrow your skrilla, your time, your energies, darling dears. And in some cases, your partner. They want to borrow your partner. And if your partner is easily to be borrowed, that's not your partner, darling dear. That person is for the streets. Leave them to the horde. Freedom and rebellion must be your go-to move, darling dears. I've told you, we can't get caught in the mire. Why? The mire comes with a blue light, blood. A blue light of fucking ease, bull swanky, and cognitive dissonance. We are sitting in our royalty and on our thrones today, darling dears. First in the chat, Alexis Holmes, Big Cat Wave. Cheryl G, Wagwan, Fist Bump. Donnie Renee, hello, hi. Audra Dye, I see you. Al Kader, Wagwan. Strength, darling dear, as the Big Cat Chronicles continues. Millie de la Prida, Wagwan, darling dear. Are you fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely? Queen of the South, managed to turn up in your busy day. I see Nicole Brown, Wagwan, Miss Brown. Are you fabulous? Sitting in your royalty. Always, darling dear. And guarding what? Your seat of emperors and empresses. Let me tell you something. No argument deserves to have your genitalia involved. I told you, we are doing the what? The Boosie Badass, Big Cat. They had you as victims of the hate, and victims of hate from the gate, and they wanted you dumbed down. They wanted you to be a thumber and sit in the mire of what they created. But Divine said, no, how now, brown cow? We're going to examine your inner child wounds. How about that? Give you something else to put your focus and attention on. Then you'll understand the paradigms, the circumstances, and the situations that you got caught up in until you didn't. Until you realize that they're dull-eyed. They come with pomp and circumstance, trying to what? Bring a big cat down with one fell swoop. Well, guess what? You're dexterous, and you are what? Prototype of your lineage. This is recycle season. Not them, darling dear. You big cat. Pinkies up as we dive in and see what's going on. Calling in the energies of wisdom, guidance, and protection from Father God, Mother Isis, ancestors, angels, way showers, and spiritual guides. From Keitha to Malkuth, Namaste. Energies, up, big cat, I insist. Oh, love it. I don't hate it. We might as well come out with a what strong one, darling dear. This is a fella represented by Earth energy. And what the Earth card, darling dears, in Tarot, which is Earth and Saturn. Saturn, the planet of rules and regulations, darling dears. Saturn is also represented by Saturday. It also represents your third eye, darling dears. There's going to be a call or a cause for you to what? Buff up your third eye to a big shine, a bright shine on Saturday, darling dears. Write that down on your almanac and don't forget. Oh, fellow, represented by the letters F and O. Okay, I gave you a moment to get the swear words out, but it's represented by F and O, and the numbers 84, 85, 86, and 87. It speaks about some form of, I'm getting an inherited property, or inherited properties, darling dears. It could be what your deportment, understanding that certain things have to be cleaved away from you, from your whole persona. Why? It's scoparation, and it came from what? An Agent Smith affiliate who did not make wise choices, darling dears. The worst choice they ever made was to try and what? Scupper a big cat on the rocks of life. Well, guess what? You'll get back, and you'll what? Come back. Is metaphoric, darling dear, and they are crying into their fist. Luke 6:62-22 will let them cry into their fist as long as it's not your door. If they come to your door, if you haven't got security cameras, go to an upper window, jettison watches from the window, then call 999 to remove the basura or whatever the emergency number is in your country, except for Jamaica and a lot of the other Caribbean islands. They don't have ambulances there, darling dear. If something happens to you, darling dear, you better make sure you've got someone with a fast car, right? And they're prepared to take you to the A&E or the what? The ER, darling dears. As I was saying, world card, darling dears, is represented again. Lean in, big cat. We just discussed this. The fixed energy. I nearly said enemy. We've got an enemy amongst us. You better be quiet. My moderators will be on your neck. You better be quiet. Fixed energy of Leo, Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. It speaks about a guide, darling dear, and a fresh start for you. One which is based in what? Knowledge, darling dear. Because knowledge is power, and power is power. Somebody's been working on their look good naked. Good for you, darling dear. But be prepared that anyone you show that new temple that you've reshaped and transformed, darling dear, they will be hooked. So be careful, darling dear. Be careful. We don't like to pay off the back end with the Vaseline. It's not fabulous, gorgeous, or lovely. It's hockey sticks at dawn. The DNS had to look over my shoulder as the reigning champion of what? Red light, green light, darling dear, of 79. It speaks about you being magnetic, darling dear. Things are being attracted. If you are on the World Wide Web, eyes are on you, darling dear. And some are hooded. I already said there's somebody amongst us that doesn't like what we've got going on. Well, guess what? They better suck it up with the straw of life, the one they plucked from the crevice of the devil's balls when they sat down in the nosebleed section and wanted you to continue to commune at tables you weren't invited to. Why? Because you chose you, darling dear. Law number 16 of the 48 laws of power. World card. Ending cycles. Beginning afresh. Making the chapter whatever you want, darling dears. Whatever you want. The universe is plentiful, chock full and overflowing. There's enough for everyone. But they don't see it like that. They'd rather come up with what the fuck and is blood? Hillbilly investigations. Speculation that would what? Shame the devil, darling dear. I'm telling you, they're up to all sorts, but it's outside your perimeter. Remember I told you, your energy is a once in a lifetime thing, big cat. Bestie, they miss your essence. They can't understand your get back game and how it continues to be elastic, darling dear, as you jettison towards your infinite possibilities. That's been noted down in your birth natal chart, darling dears. In your birth natal chart, I've told you, you will find thyself there, and that is the key to our existence on this Malkuth, knowing thyself, and adding tax and a security camera, and using your what? Your team, your security team. It's Rich White Lady season on Keitha, as well as Malkuth, darling dears. I know that was a mouthful, but I'm a chatty cat. What can I say? And who gonna check me, boo? Today is what? Wednesday, darling dears. Wednesday is Mercury Wednesday. It's about your solar plexus, putting yourself out there, darling dears, understanding the mentality of it all, using your mind. Your senses, your communication, darling dear, is for the gods. Why? You chose you, big cat. Mercury also represents the ages between 14 and 21 years old, darling dear. I'm believing that was a particular period in your life where you scuppered certain things that shaped your mind and got you into what? Doormat mode, darling dear. We've all been there. I'm not picking on anyone. I told you, I'm a pointer, not a picker. Mercury Wednesday also represents the crystal, the A-gate. Yes, baby, get an A-gate going, if you've got them, as well as Archangel Raphael, to what? Clear up your cranium, darling dear, and sort it out, so that you're thinking what? In a high-flying kind of a way. We're flying cats today, darling dears. Flying as they try to catch your wind. I've been guided to another room. The world card, darling dears. It also speaks about world travel. Possibly some of you are planning it, or your intel is about to what? Go worldwide. You're about somebody's going viral today. Oh, good for you, darling dears. I'm sure you put your back into it, and it's just desserts for your hard efforts. What did I just say? We've got Algaz, darling dears, represented by the moon card in tarot on its face. Yeah, bad energy, bad vibes. Yeah, bad advice. Right, and a back front neck tabber. What did I say? Is being directed your way, darling dears. Why? Because you put the kibosh on a situation the way you were yesteryear. I don't even want to digress from my evolution to think about that, unless it's for what? Reference material. Owl gas on its face doing a full pooper lick. You're saying, what's a pooper lick? That's Jamaican speak for a forward or backward roll, darling dear. It's doing a pooper lick. This is what bad energy being revealed unto thee, darling dears. It also speaks about what? The letters X and Z and X, darling dear. It also speaks about what? Protection and shield. Somebody's not being covered at this moment in time. Yes, baby. And if it's you, big cat, you need to what? Get your A-gate on. I already dropped something on you, darling dears. Get it on you and protect yourself. Your energy is divine. You are a light worker, which what? Does it supersedes religion, darling dear, of every form. You are here on your path to do your due diligence of knowing thyself and getting great. And while you're at it, soaking it to them, Scotty. You've got to give them material to work with. World card is watching, darling dear. Sputnik. And mouth breathing. And possibly their heart is going boom diddy boom diddy boom. Yes, baby. Moon energy is what? Root chakra, darling dears. Moon also represents Cancer as well as Pisces energy. Something is definitely afoot, darling dears. The moon energy also represents something about reproductive systems. I told you about your seat of emperors and empresses. It also represents the breast as well as what? Digestion, darling dears. Your right eye and your right arm. Somebody you thought was a right-hand person, eh? Well, they made you into a lefty, darling dear. A lefty. I mean, not literally, right? But they did. They was never your friend. This is someone that was in your hemisphere about what you was going on. And when you started to get great, they started to get distant. They started to what? Critique you in a joke. Remember, the truth is always told to you in a joke, darling dears. Pay attention, big cat. And when you find these what? Skullduggerous, bottom feeding scuzz buckets, right? Trying to what? Take the pee in your face, darling dear. Take the pee. You're able to scupper it, circumvent it, and spit it back on them. How dare they? How dare they? They think because you're smiling and laughing, you must be taken down a peg or two. Negative energy, darling dears. Let the bad juju stay with them. Yes, baby. The merchants of slander haven't forgotten about you, trying to what? Bring you down. But in some instance, I said, the enemy of your enemy can be your friend unless that enemy is double-minded. And will what? Be a flip-flopper, darling dear. Not the kind of flip-flop you are. No, your flip-flop comes with common sense. Common sense that you've got a field of, which you can possibly lend out as what? Airbnb. Rent it out, blood. But only to those that are willing to listen. Many people listen with what? The energy of answering immediately. They are not doing active listening. Well, guess what, big cat? You'll be the wisest person in the room. Active listening, darling dears. Listen with your eyes, your ears, and the energies around you. And you'll see whom is coming with the what? The wickedness, darling dear. The wickedness. Jacqueline, Arrenton, Big Cat Wave, Slim Jim, Fist Bump. I see you, darling dears. Andrea, I see you as well. What's this? Virgo energy. Virgo is represented what? By the Hermit, darling dear. When they ate us, we nine them, darling dear. We nine them. Nothing wrong with standing out for being different. Why? Because it's about going within. It says issues surrounding health and exercise may come to the fore. Focus on your physical well-being. Your physical, I told you, you've got to get your temple tight and right. It doesn't have to be what? Photoshop ready, darling dear. Because many people do Photoshop. They cleave off what? Pounds in order to look good for the gram. Baby, do the best you can with what you got. But make sure you do. It's about being in the flow, darling dear. As what Abraham Hicks would say, being in the vortex, darling dear. You've got to take care of your temple. Very important. I just heard like a virgin. Yes, baby, Virgo does represent the virgin, darling dear. Some of you have gone back to virgin status. How? But I've got what? How many children? Doesn't matter. If you've been abstinent, if you've been what? Celibate. Why? Because you had to sort out your mind, because your Pananium Fatum was skullduggerous and wicked and led you into wickedness with wicked people. Well, they said they were people. We didn't do the scratch and sniff test. What else does your ancestors want you to know while we're here in this corner? We're going to go with the... Oh, wow. The elastic band has come off of this one. So it must want to come out. We've got the... I believe this is the gods and goddesses. Or is it the... Let me make sure. I'm talking... No, it's not. It's the angels and ancestors, in case you want to pick it up. Follow the link to my Amazon storefront in the description box below, and you'll be what? The procurer of this deck. Base of the deck, darling dear. Mother Earth. Big Cat Empress energy. I told you, we've got to what? Sit on the throne of our royal power and own that shiznai. This is knowing your worth. Some of you are mothers or fathers. Listen, this... I told you gender is fluid in tarot. It speaks about being abundant, and it also speaks about taking care of thyself on every level, mentally, physically, spiritually, and emotionally, darling dears. You have to be the what? The perpetrator of your happiness. It says feel loved and comforted. But that has to come from thyself, darling dears. You can't be the hater in the mirror. No! Oh, that's so... My throat chakra nearly left me, darling dear. Perish the thought. Heavens to Betsy and all of that. Let's see what it says. Earth Mother. It's on page 32, darling dears. The 3 is the energy of the Empress, Earth and Venus energy. The 2 is what? High Priestess, Moon energy. It goes to a 5, Hierophant, Taurus energy. This is about grounding, trusting in the unseen. It also speaks about you being wise, darling dear. You have to understand, common sense, right, is a superpower amongst some. Those you no longer parlay with. Why? They wanted you brown bread. I'll read a little bit, and then you can screenshot it and read it at your leisure or leisure. The message: allow yourself to be cherished. Earth Mother is protecting you with a shield of love and light. That also speaks about what? Going into nature, darling dears. Grounding yourself, walking barefoot in the grass, hugging a tree. You'll be surprised how your mood, if you're in a low vibing mood, like feeling a bit depressed or put upon, hug a tree, darling dear. Speak to the wind. I'm telling you, it works. Go to a body of water, cleanse thyself. The extended message. You may have felt overwhelmed or out of control emotionally recently, but you are now moving back to your natural center, and that will bring you to a place of clarity and openness. If you have felt ungrounded, know the Earth Mother is here to root you and help you regain your sense of strength. You may not feel like a child, but in the eyes of divine, you are a child of light, and it's important you know that you feel loved. If you've had challenges with your mother or with being a mother yourself, know that the energies of the mother healing are with you to help you clear any ancestral blockages that are preventing you from making the sacred love connection. You are being guided to make choices that are based on love from your heart space, darling dear. The same heart I told you to guard. Proverbs 4:23, for from your heart springs the well of life. And those that are what? Bottom feeding and underhanded, darling. I nearly said bottom handed. Yeah, they're bottom handed. They would love to what? Pour some what? Sulfur and brimstone on what you've got going on. Moon energy, bad energy, also speaks about thoughts and emotions. Somebody's emotions all up in the air, darling dear, about you. Why? Because you're different. Whatever you did in front of them before, you're not doing it anymore. I'm a poet. You didn't know it. Fist bump. Let's press on to Hot Trot. Right. We're going to go with 2 decks. We're going to go with the Bona Fide, versus the Bona Fakey. We'll lead with the what? Bona Fakey, why not? They're already on the deck. Someone or someone you don't talk to. Look, the cards refuse to go together. It took themselves out of the shuffling, the mixing. It didn't want someone you don't speak to, darling dear. Or you're not speaking to them in the manner that they wish you to speak in, subservient and dull-eyed. Listen, big cat. Whoa, loud simpletons, yeah? They've got a field trip to go on. Where's that past the sign that says you can't F off past this point? What's going on with Bona Fakey, darling dears? We have the King of Cups. This is about mastering your emotions, but it's the emotions of a page. Somebody would like to come through for helping hands. Somebody who possibly had you in a third party. The third party could be a friendship. It also speaks about what? Some of them, these Bona Fakeys are about to have some form of celebration, darling dear. It could be a solar return. It could be a celebration of life. Some kind of a party that you mustn't attend. Listen, base of their deck, darling dear, because they're going to want something from you, darling dear. Your time, your energy, maybe even your skrillers.com, darling dear. They also want to know what's going on with you. They want to know how you're getting these opportunities after opportunities. They want to know about your elastication, darling dear. This is about having to master their emotions in your face, darling dear. Why do they have to master their emotions? Because they're jealous. They're jealous, darling dear. Jealous, gossiping, bitter, spiteful, hasn't got any what clue to do with money except waste it, darling dear. This could be a mother or father, someone's mother or father, or it could be an auntie or uncle, whatever that paradigm is for you, darling dear. This person is so jealous they can't even breathe. Their name is Hyacinth or Horatio Bucket. They get no bouquet, darling dear, and they are for sure keeping up appearances. This is somebody who's in financial debt as well as spiritual debt. Queen of Pentacles on its face. Oh, this is the critique that will come through and tell you that you've got this little business. You're doing this little bit of studying. How are you getting on with your little car? All of these questions they want to know. Why? They'd love to be you, darling dear. They'd love to take your place in a single white female kind of a way. So what about the Bona Fide, darling dears? Let's give it a good shufty. Got to be fair. Bona Fide means what? It's assured, darling dears. What about the Bona Fide? Manifesting, sun energy, right? And it also, we've got the Knight of Wands. In this particular instance, because it comes up with the magician, with the badass alchemist ways, able to bend the matrix. What is this? You've manifested happiness in your life. Why? You use the tools that God give you, your God-given gifts, darling dears, to bend the matrix. This speaks about speed. It could also speak about foreign travel, a holiday, darling dears, a new job, entrepreneurship, study, higher mind, having fun, darling dear. The Knight of Wands energy speaks about what? Gathering muster, and it also speaks about moving quickly towards a new adventure, darling dears. An adventure. But it also speaks about your energies at this moment in time. Somebody's about to make a big decision in their life. One which is going to what? Change their paradigm 100%. I'm believing it's in the working field, darling dears. Because if the Bona Fakey is watching your pocket, right? Trying to what? Trying to gain how much you're actually worth on this Malkuth when your worth is limitless, right? Somebody's gonna make a big decision, darling. You're about to choose to leave a situation in order to raise your vibration. You're in and out, darling, because you're not sure about letting go. I told you, if it's a job position that you're in, darling dears, you're holding a space that's meant for someone else, especially when you're not feeling it, like happiness expert you be. What's this? Chariot energy. And there's no progress with what? In and out energies in your life, darling dears. Those that have one toe in the pool with you, darling dear, and the other toe is in Dante's 7 levels of hell, darling dears. This also speaks about a work situation. Somebody's in two minds about a work situation, but you've got the bad alchemist ways. Do you want to go to your grave with regret, darling dear? Regret. No one gets a do-over as they're taking their last breath. They think about things that they didn't achieve. You've got one life to live on this Malkuth. Boss up and change your life. Yes, baby. Come through, Lizzo. Posh clap. Lacking in progress. This also speaks about somebody's changing their mind about possibly going to live in a mobile home, or being mobile at this moment in time. Don't stay in stagnancy, darling dear. It's wrapped up with the DNS. Again, I had to look over my shoulder. I told you, I'm the reigning champion of 79. Pocket watching, darling dear. Pocket watching. And it also speaks about what? Going amongst others. This is low vibing, darling dears. They have to be around people that what? Uplift their wickedness. Right? They continue to make wrong choices. Ace of the dead. Good God. The Empress on its face. This person is going through it mentally, physically, emotionally, and financially, darling dears. This is it could be a mother figure. I told you, all father gender is fluid, but this is somebody who is of age to know better. And they're still making the wrong choices, wanting to be the what? The king of the shit heap, darling dear. Well, they're getting it. They're getting it, darling dear. I told you, this is the type of person that does not take care of their progeny, not mentally or emotionally, darling dears. If they're paying, they're upset about the fact they talk about the maintenance to anyone that will listen. They may as well go and tell the wind, because nobody cares. Nobody cares, especially when you brought these circumstances and situations on yourself. So what's going on for the big cat? Got the 8 of Wands star. Look, letting go of circumstances that no longer serve you, darling dear. It was on your mind for a time until you what? Put a cap on it, called the Most High into your life. Star card. Situations where there was no healing, darling dears. Death to rebirth. Moving on mentally. Understanding how to compartmentalize certain shiznai. And it also speaks about what? A status. You stepped up in the spiritual world. Your words carry spiritual weight, darling dears, as you continue to move to a calmer space in your mind. And again, this is a movement card. Somebody's going to be traveling. It may be in pronto. Taking a chance on a new chapter for yourself, darling dears. Listen, not sabotaging yourself in the cranium about what situations that are now defunct. Not going back, darling dear, but understanding the lesson of all situations that come towards you. This is looking at it from a higher mind, a new perspective, darling dears. In the upright, this is what? This is still having dark energies around you, darling dears. In the reverse, this is coming away from a dark time in your life. A dark time that was drudgerous. You was like the walking dead in that situation as they drained you of your everything, darling dear, including your common sense. So the fakey is jealous, chopping it up about you, blaming their wrong choices on you, and mentally unstable, darling dear. Is this a bit of bipolar? One of those coses, darling dear. Psychosis. They haven't seen an exorcist. This is drama.com, darling dear. Can you hear the jungle drums of wickedness? Base of the deck. And they're not stopping, mate. They're talking about you, darling dears. They're rehashing what happened in the past, trying to what? Put a dull on your shine. This is again moon energy, Cancer and Pisces energy. They don't like the fact that you've moved forward in life. They don't like it because they continue to sow the wrong seeds, right? bad partnership, bad friendship. If they're in a job, it's drudgerous, darling dear. And they will be what? Kept in that paradigm, Cancer energy. And they know it's what? The things that they've said and done, darling dears. They know what they're doing. They know about the gossiping, the hate they're putting out there. They know all of it. They're doing it. They're doing it with a conscious. And well, I already said they're insane. Mad, darling dear, mad. But it's as sane as they want to be, darling dear. They know what they're doing. They know what they did. Made the wrong choices, darling dear. The wrong investment of their time and energies when they should have been focusing on themselves. They should have learned to be the Empress by now in the upright and made right choices. Gemini, Mercury energy. But oh no, they go for the subterfuge and bull swanky. Communication ones as well. It also speaks about the written word. Somebody's really, really classing you up. That's a Jamaican word for cussing you out on the digital, darling dear. They're sending them their hate texts, but only to the feeble-minded that are open to those things. And it also speaks about someone being blocked from communicating with you. They want to send through some kind of a message, darling dear. Maybe they're not having a fabulous gorgeous time, but remember, this person is pretending to be the King of Cups. They're really the page. The page. Pwah! If it's not your progeny, darling dears. Lots of this and that. Drama.com, darling dear. The Maya. So what tools does the big cat... This is outrageous. These cards keep coming. Listen. I had to suck my 31 teeth. You've got the Wheel of Fortune, fate, destiny, and good luck on your side. Why? Because you learned to heal. You found your Chiron. You understood certain situations, you fall back. The swords represent what? A higher mind, as well as spirituality, as well as what? Letting the Most High speak on your behalf. You've been nothing but successful. It speaks about what? Raising your vibration in your community, or possibly you've joined a community and you are standing out. I told you somebody's about to go viral. Moon energy. The bad energy, you ain't got time for that, darling. You don't have the hairline for it. You've got no passion for the fucking ease. The double-minded. You are vigilant. As you've called in your what? Security. Your ancestral team. You understood, right? That you're dealing with what? Homosexuals, darling dears. Feeble-minded. Those that would like to cheat and possibly a professional mistress. You're looking at what? The multiple options, and it speaks about the good news coming towards you as you continue to make the right investments, block them out, which causes them to be what? Crying into their fist. Sad and sorry, darling dears. Well, guess what? You're drinking of the two of cups that you have at your back, darling dear. This new beginning as you go through the archway, leaving what? Parting the clouds of confusion, darling dear. You have to understand, when you're amongst the confusing, expect to be confused. Sad, sorry, and missing. But nobody call the police. This does not need to be an open investigation, darling dear. Nothing to do with the big cat. Why did this fall off? Because you're working towards your greatness. And again, this speaks about the internet. Somebody's going to be standing out today, darling dears. It's your day to shine. And that's the truth roof. I can't make this up. Shine on, darling dears, because they're going to come to check to see if you failed. World card. Remember I told you that. And anything they see, they're going to put, their eyes are going to be what? Effing it. It's going to feel like slime on your achievements. But you can't stop people from looking, just like you can't stop them from talking. And if they're talking about you, you are the topic because you are the top. You are the headline because you are the head. Remember I told you that, big cat. Pinkies up. Let them talk. As they eat the crumbs. They are dumb as a crumb, so they may as well eat the crumbs. I just heard, was it 28-day cycle? Somebody needs to look at their cycle if you're still experiencing that. Have a look at your cycle, darling dears. Mercury days for communication and finding shit. That's what big cats do. They find shit out. You find it out. I told you, Google is your friend. It's your friend, big cat. Let's get another deck. I'm going to use the psychic tarot deck. Yes, baby. Crying into their fist. And it also speaks about the emotional turmoil you went through when you left these situations. Your mind was squiffy and dark. But not anymore, big cat. And if somebody is still going through that phase, hold on, hang in there, pinkies up. I'm the gatekeeper of your emotions and I'm not having it. I'm not having it. I have to put my back into it. Me not have it. Now sell it. Don't buy it, darling. Just sell it. Understand, joy always comes in the morning, but you have to hang on. Some of you need to cut those soul ties, darling dears. The best day to do it is on a Venus Friday, darling dears. Psalms 91, Psalms 121, as I lift my eyes to the hills, from whence will my help come? My help comes from the Most High. Father God, darling dear. Man would fail you. And they'll come and check to make sure you still failed. Look. The Emperor energy represented by Father God Most High. Authority, darling dears. And Father God is saying to you, 'tis done today, big cat. Working out in your favor. Mars and Aries energy, major arcana. This is what your steps being divinely ordered. And intervention somewhat. Clarify the Emperor card, please. Standing in your authority. The Emperor doesn't need foot soldiers. The Emperor is the whole kit and caboodle. You lean on your higher mind. This is about you what? Being enlightened to certain energies, darling dears, and understand that you are Gandalf the White as you stand between the two pillars of wisdom, Boaz and Jashin, situations that you've completed in order for you to begin the life you deserve on this Malkuth. This is putting down addictions and addictive behaviors. Some of you are understanding what was scuppering you, and this is what the key of Chiron. On its face is the right direction, darling dear. Go to your birth natal chart and find your keys for healing. And while you're there, look for your Lilith, darling dear. It will show you your gangster. This is turning away from what the dark energy, darling dear, is being enlightened that you are the prize. You are royal and you are on a throne gifted to you by the Most High, Father God, Mother Isis. You were sent to what? Be the light. Be the light. But you had to overcome so much, darling dear. But you've done it and you're doing it. And it's something that you have to do on a daily basis. Face your shadow side. You don't just face it once, darling dears, because Divine knows that you, in order to be strong, you have to have challenge. Challenge! Major arcanas, darling dears. The Capricorn energy, the Devil card, on its face. It also speaks about what? Abusive situations, codependence. You are no longer codependent on anyone or anything. Having realized that certain drugs, alcohol, people, time, energies is not for you. It's for the streets. Love it. Everything is Irie, man. Irie. I told you, you gonna know where this energy is coming from, darling dear. But know this, those that come the mask wearers, they're going to come and reveal themselves to you immediately. Yes, baby. High Priestess. It also speaks about you being highly intuitive, able to read the energy, the body language. Listen, be a keyboard gangster in your spare time. Watch videos on YouTube about, there's a guy called the Body Language Guy. He's really good. He's really good. Watch videos on body language, darling dears. Understand how to what? Circumvent the grey area by buffing up your intuition and your discernment. Always, darling dears. Always. All days. Because things are for Irie. It's affy. Listen. What do you mean you don't understand? I told you. When you come here, you're Jamaican. And I'll have nothing else said. You're Jamaican. Clarify the Emperor card. Thank you. Yes, baby. Someone or someone's didn't like the fact that you bossed up, darling dear. What? You spun around like Wonder Woman, came back with beauty, strength, determination, possibly entrepreneurship, possibly they've seen you get over some form of drug addiction, alcohol addiction, addiction to wasting your time and being they've seen all this and they're crying. They're upset. They better get used to it, darling dear, because you ain't going back blood. You've kicked over the cup of what? Cock and bull stories, darling dears. Crushed it under your flip-flop of common sense. It must rain. They're disappointed, disillusioned, and looking like a dickhead and a dumbass. Crying into their fists. Sad because you're glad. Too bad. Too bad. Moon, look, I can't make it up, darling dear. They better shut up and suffer in silence, because you don't care. Not one fig or a good golly and gosh. You don't care. Right? Moon energy, negative energy, bad energy. Right? This is somebody coming to you to gather your intel, darling dears, to cause some kind of upset or depression. This is somebody who is what? The town crier, whose shadow self is in the forefront, darling dear. It's going to be revealed, darling dears. And we said Saturday. Something about Saturn day. Saturn is what? The master of time, darling dear. You're about to see this. They're suffering as you're happy. Why are they suffering? That's their business. Why would you be mad about someone else being happy? Why would you be mad that someone's fabulous, gorgeous, and lovely? Why would you be mad that someone pees, glitter, shits, cupcakes, and fart rainbows? I don't know what's the matter with them. Base of the deck, darling. Oh, we know what's the matter with them. Rock pocketers. They are of unstable mind, darling dear, making wrong partnerships and having to shut up about it, trying to pretend that they are not living in the what? The mud hut with the devil's strongest workers. The friends that they choose, darling dears. They would like to what? Separate themselves from these energies, but they're in it to win it, darling dear. In it to win it. As you get great, use your intuition to guide you, understanding that you are highly intuitive. Use your psychic abilities. This is how you exercise them and they get great on a daily basis, darling dears. Listen to that quiet voice. It's not the voice that tells you you look fat and that take it off. No, no, no. That's wickedness. That's the conscious mind, masculine energy. Your higher self is the subconscious that speaks to you in a loving voice that tells you to go left when you want to go right. Listen to yourself, darling dears. All answers come from within. That's how you know thyself. And you can't be taught, not by the deceptive or the envious. The Bona Fakeys. Yeah, they're sad. It's affecting their mental health, their money. They can't concentrate. Five of Pentacles is in the reverse, all because you turned around your finances, your outlook on life, darling dear. I told you many times, my dear big cat, your mental health is your wealth. Wear it well, darling dear, and always. This goes to Six of Pentacles, darling dears, in the reverse. This is someone who breadcrumbed you in a situation. You have to realize, why are you being the ride or die, darling dear? The ride or die to being cheated on, lied on, financially abused, right? Being the what? Lamb to the slaughter. How about that, big cat? That's not fabulous. It's not. It's not fabulous. They don't like the fact that you've changed things around. I'm telling you, they're suffering, mate. They're suffering, but you have to remember, some people have to be sat down by the Most High because they can't go where you're going. Remember I told you that. They can't come. 111 in the chat, darling dear, for Big Cat manifestation mode. Fist bump. Let's get the tiny cards and get right into the core of what's up with them. Where is it? Here it is, base of the deck. They're attracted to what you've got going on, darling dear. They want some kind of balance in the situation. What's the balance they're looking for? Oh, listen. Whatever balance they're looking for, your guide said you better, your ancestral team is warning you. Warning. Isolate yourself. Evaluate the intel, right? Remember, you are Gandalf the White. And you said this goes no further. What else? They like the fact that you've got that what? Rod in your back. The rod of correction, darling dear, as you stand up with your shoulders back and your head up. As you step into rooms that all eyes are seeking you, darling dear. They're looking at you because your energy, your vibration is for the gods. As you sit on your throne and you own it, you know who you are. Earth angel you be, darling dear, and protected by your ancestral team, who loves to go and wake them up at the 3 a.m. like, wake up, wake up. I've got more to show you about the big cat as they continue to suffer in silence, having all of this bad juju on them. Why? Because when you open up yourself to malice, gossip, negative thoughts towards someone else's gangster who's not bothering you, right? Where do you think that energy is gonna go when your ancestral team says, how now, brown cow? You learned how to moderate yourself, and I told you all of the time, big cat, it's the journey, not the outcome. The lessons that you learn, able to turn around and be a survival kit for another big cat. Remember I told you that, big cat, them don't like it. Well, good. They created the Guantanamo Bay. They, them and base of the deck, and you cap that ass. World card. On the cards as well as the runes, darling dears. What is it about this intuition? Being intuitive, knowing. Some of you are high priests and priestesses, darling dears, as you step into your true role. Happiness expert, raised vibration, being gifted by the Most High. Your hands must be like this. And when your hands are like this, you have to know that you deserve it, darling dears. You deserve it. The biggest rewards are for the strongest soldiers. And you have to learn to be strong and stand alone, darling dears. You're about to be gifted, darling dears, by a raising vibration. It also speaks about the spotlight. Somebody's going into the spotlight, darling dears. I told you, this is your time to stand up. Going viral, or you already was viral amongst the bottom feeders, darling dears. But what they're saying now is out the side of their neck because it does not align with you, darling dears. This is the star card, Aquarius energy, darling dears. It speaks about you being futuristic thinking because you're a high priest or priestess, because you use your psychic abilities, because you're not ashamed of being who you are. If they don't like it, they better learn to love it or keep quiet, right? Major arcana, divine calling on your life, darling dears. And again, this speaks about movement, vacay, holiday. It also speaks about groups, darling dears, calling in like-minded souls. Again, it reminds you to continue to what? Heal, because a miracle is about to kick off in your hemisphere. And you already know where it's going down, Bobby Brown. You know this. Because you came to the Most High humbled, and with no hairline. No hairline, blood, remember that. No hairline. Base of the deck. This is about being what? Not listening to your divine intuition, the guide, darling dear. Listen to the downloads. You get them in your dreams. It could also even be through spirit animals, birds that you don't normally see, darling dear. An animal that you don't normally see in the daylight sun energy, darling dears. Pay attention, and pay attention to the thought that was in your mind when you saw the said thing, darling dear. Pay attention. Crown chakras trying to what? Tell you something. God is trying to tell you something. Yeah. Not to get caught up in the what? The lemonade, darling dear. Too busy what? Getting the pineapples. This is no longer being stuck on a situation. You have a higher mind. Use your 5D mind. This is a 3D world, but you are a cat with a 5D mind, no longer stuck on principalities. You've overcome so much, and whomsoever's going through that depression, the DNS at this moment in time, this is the hangman on its face telling you that there is light at the ending of the tunnel. You have to hang on there, darling dears. They want you to be brown bread. They want you to take yourself out. They want you to lose. in order to feel better about what they did when you were born to win. Born to win, big cat. Remember I told you that. Look at this. Death card on its face, darling dear. On its face. If you'd have stayed in that situation, your life would not have been, it would have led to naught. You'd have stayed in drudgery, dysfunction, unhappy jobs, an unhappy home. Let me tell you something. When somebody's unhappy with their life, darling dear, they get themselves in a job where they're unhappy. So they're unhappy at work and they're unhappy at home. And what do? They get into an empress in a reverse kind of a way and try and perpetrate anybody that's happy. They don't want you to bounce. They don't want you to be joyful, and they sure as she's now, you don't want you to be productive, prosperous, and going towards your infinite possibilities. Let that be the light beneath your wings, darling dear, to get great. You've got the 6 G's. I tell you this all of the time, big cat. You've got God. You've got your growth, your goals, your gifts, your greatness, and your gratitude. And you've got a 7th G when you give that glory to the Most High, because the Most High comes to you in the darkest hour, darling dears. But you have to be open and humble and prepared to change what needs to be changed, darling dears, without question. Root chakra, this is fight, flight, or freeze mode. This is what you leave behind, darling dears. We are not what? Survivors, we are thrivers. And it took time, just like it took the time for you to get at hockey sticks to dawn, the confusion. Divine is going to reveal to you many people that are in flight, fight, or freeze mode. And they're looking for a victim, darling dear. Someone to hoodwink, to go with them hand in hand down that dark path. Don't let it be you, big cat. Use your intuition and your discernment. Shine that light on every circumstance and situation in your life. And while you're doing that, don't forget to breathe. Because certain times when things kick off, you forget to breathe. This is about understanding that deep breathing and cleansing the negative air that's in your lungs, darling dears. Getting your diaphragm pumping. Do it on a 4x4. You breathe 4 in, you hold it for 4, you breathe out 8. Do that for a minute before you make a decision, and when you're trying to tap into your discernment and your intuition. Remember to bring in the air into your lungs, the air given to us by Father God Most High on this Malkuth, which they will be charging us for in the next 50 years, darling dears, because I never believed that I'd be paying for water. I pay good skrilla for my water. Times change, darling dears, and you are big cat, gifted with the tools to bend the matrix, but you have to listen to thyself. Because why? That's your God spark, darling dears. Divine hidden each and every one of us, but some use that energy to try and break someone else in order to feel better about themselves. Psalms 119. Whatever they done did, it made you wiser than them, darling dear. As they continue to suffer in silence, unable to what? Unable to what? Best their shadow side. The shadow side is winning. Disappointed because you're not having it. Base of the deck, I told you. Fight, flight, or freeze mode. As you realize, because you've got real eyes and your third eye buffed up. 125 in the chat and only 62 thumbs up. You can do it, big cat. Because there is no higher court than the truth, judgment. Again, this is what a divine calling on your life. Your steps are being ordered, darling dears. And balance will be brought out in your favor, creating freedom for you and resolution. And painful endings, painful realizations that they messed with the wrong one. And the judgment card also shows you that an ex, somebody that's an ex in your life, would love to come back for one more round, Julie, with your hairline. They're going to come in as meek as a lamb. A Trojan horse. An Agent Smith affiliate. No, I'm not effed up. No, I didn't mean what I said, but they meant everything. They meant it. They're coming back, darling dear. And you're saying, but Case, they can't find me. I'm not there. Listen, whenever you're about to be blessed, right, with a level up, darling dear, which you already know is coming towards you, The devil has a chance to come in and muddy your waters. This is why you have to be strong. Strong in your spirituality, in thyself, in self-preservation. When you get on a plane and it's going down Bobby Brown, they tell you to save yourself first. Put the mask on you, darling dear. Proverbial mask. Base of the deck. Because every battle will make you strong, successful. And it's the lessons, as I said. Some of you are going to be what? Driving out, darling dear, in a new chariot of righteousness. Beep, beep. Make sure you have on your darkest class. You don't pick up street urchin. I said pick off. It's a Freudian slip. No, babe, you don't run them over because you'll be put in prison like R. Kelly. No, mate. Progress, darling dear. Major arcana on major arcana. Success. Chariot Cancer energy, which is what? The moon, which also represents Pisces. We've already discussed that, darling dears. The energy of the 7 speaks about what? Reflection. An assessment will bring what? Knowledge, darling dears. Knowledge. I tell you all of the time, bestie. Knowledge is power. And power is power. Sometimes you got to play the fool in order to catch the fool, darling dear, at their own game. And leave them with what? Whatever is on the tableau, as you what? Canter off at a hot trot towards your infinite possibilities. They try to do what? Law number 1 of the 48 laws of power. They try to outshine the boss. They tried to outshine you, big cat. And they're crying because it didn't work. Whatever they betrayed you with, whatever lies, whatever gossip, whatever scandals they tried to do, it didn't work. And they're looking like a whole dumbass and a dickhead and a left behinder as they have to suffer in silence with their shadow self. This and that, my dear big cat. Look. Betrayal, darling dear. Look at this. All of this air energy. Air is ruled by Mercury, communication, your thinking. Some of you was trapped. Some of you are still trapped. But the 7 of Swords to me is that you're going to overcome it, darling dear, with the truth roof, spiritual guidance. There is no higher court than the truth. And this is also what? You don't argue with a bottom feeder. You find that spark of forgiveness and you plead your case to the Most High. That's the only way to call what? Judgment. In Keitha. This battle is not for you to fight, darling dear. You are a warrior. You overcame so much. Many say that words don't hurt, but words do hurt. But you are too fast moving. Like Eleanor Roosevelt said, we go so far ahead that we don't even hear the critiques. Sword energy, darling dears. Use your intellect. Use your mind. Divine is gifting you with enlightenment. And you, this person or people, will be revealed to you Saturday or by Saturday. What's up with my music? It keeps stopping. Yeah. Let's get some more intel. And then we're going to press on to get great, yeah? Because we've got a plan that we tell no one. We silencio. Shut up. Pack it in. They're mad because you're glad, darling dears. They're mad because you're glad. And the gladness does not include them. Basically, what did I just say? Forgive them, darling dears. Remember, when you don't forgive someone, I know some of the things that they perpetrated was heinous to the core. They've got pernicious ways. But you have to forgive them to release yourself. Don't take the poison and wait for them to die. And if you're feeling like you're a death's door, you want to take it, don't do it, darling dear. You are a light worker and you have purpose. Find your noof node, darling dear. Get your birth natal chart and get great. Get gangster with it. Forgive them, darling dears. They're not expecting that. And forgiveness don't mean that you've got to what? Chop it up with them or go in their hemisphere. It's for you, darling dear. It's for you. Message. This wanted to flip up. Oh, somebody's got the itchy and scratching their pantaloon. Is this why they're mad? This is why they're suffering in silence. They've got a whole lot of corruption going on amongst their genitalia. Good God. This need a next deck. What's going on in their pantaloon? Something that's not good, mate. They was what? Putting it out there, darling, and all in their cranium about it. Somebody's got something going on down there. Are they going to overcome it? No, blood. It's not something they can wash off easily. And it's got them troubled in their cranium, darling. Somebody's got hockey sticks of doom in their pantaloon, darling, dear. God, Jesus. What about the superficial? I told you. It's Bona Fakey. What about the Bona Fakey? Right? What did I just say? Forgive them, darling, dear. It's below your spiritual pay grade. Give it to God. Divine would not leave you armed and dangerous if you wasn't up to the task. Ephesians 6:13, the whole armor of God covers you. Forgive them, big cat. I don't care who is his. Forgive them. What did I say? You better be that Samaritan. Be the Samaritan to yourself and free yourself from what they want you to be caught up in when you're getting great, darling dear. Be that Samaritan to yourself. Let's get another deck. Because we're... Big cat, you're so naughty. You didn't tell me that we was at the 66. Dare I draw one more card? Or should we get out of here to get great? I've got to come back. I think I've done Earth, Fire. Earth, Fire. We're going to do the air energy next for the next 48 hours. Final card. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. And let me tell you something. This judgment is, as I said, divine calling, darling dears. Something is about to be weighed up in your favor. But you have to know that you deserve it. You earned it. And remember, anyone that's going for it, hang on, darling dears. Hang on. It's your mind, your skulldugger's conscious mind trying to make you feel less than. But you have to remember, it was peccadillos of wickedness, seeds that were sowed in you to keep you as a thumber so that you wouldn't recognize that you always win. That's what winners do. They win, big cat. They win. Everything will forever be irie. On that note, I drops me mic. Todd love to my Teesprings, Todd love to my Patreon, or simply come back here. And as I always say, don't get smoked. And don't smoke yourself. Make sure you use that third eye to see whom is bona fide and whom is bona fakey, and drop them like it's hot. From the ashes, baby. Namaste. Big cat wave. Until we meet again on these tarot streets.